Hello Sagittarius, how you doing? Welcome to your energy tarot reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 17th to the 23rd of February. We will be going into the elements later on, which we were talking about on the energy update and the messages from energy on this channel that we put out yesterday. If you haven't seen them, you'll be able to see them at the end, or you'll be able to find them on our channel. Let's just, we're going to be going into earth and air, and it's all to do with the solar plexus really more than anything else. So let's just have a look at that, what's going on for you on this reading here. Here's your general energy here. Let's just see what's going on for you. There's a real determination here. It's almost as if like you want to get rid of your woes and worries in life. You want to put the end to doubt and insecurity and stuff like that, regardless on your financial side or your relationship side. Yeah, you know, are you holding on too tightly? It could well be that's what's causing the doubt and the frustration. But I think here is more than anything else. I think it's like I think within you, you've got a certain determination that sort of says, you know, I'm no longer going to do this. I'm no longer going to, you know, give people a pass. I'm going to stand my ground. And that's what it feels like here. I think it's on both sides, on financial and on relationships. I think it's a general attitude that's coming in for you. On your karmic path, you get, this is on your relationship side, your karmic path, you get the moon here. I think it's time to surprise yourself. I think it's time to realize, you know, that you can actually have a lot more control over this situation than you think. Yeah, I don't know if that was one of your titles in the past sort of like 2 or 3 weeks, but it's certainly been building up. With the intuitions are really strong. They're sort of like, it's very conscious, the energies, the intuitions that are around you is very conscious about what you want, and this may well be the surprise that they're bringing in. You get the 3 of Swords. Yeah, I'm not sure the relationships or the situation that you are in is giving you the fruits that you so thought were on the table. It seems like, you know, it's like a pitch and switch sort of thing. You know, you advertise one thing, and then when you turn up, it's something completely different. And that's what I feel like. And I think maybe the coincidences are making you realize this. It's giving you a bit of surprise, I think, as well for the situation. There's underbelly of life that is coming to the surface. I think you're seeing a lot of things very clearly. Let's just see what's going on in the past. There's 2 sides of it. The past is, you know, anything within relationships. We don't go into a relationship because we don't like it. So obviously at some point when you go into a relationship, it must have been fantastic. And there's this sort of like exciting thing in the past that you want to get back to. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. You want things to start moving in your favor, like it was doing, you know, in the past, and having a spring in your step rather than having to be very conscious about, you know, who you are, you know, what you're saying, how you react, what you do with this other person and so forth. I think you're looking for, you know, for the zest or the sparkle in the relationship side. And it's hurting you because you can't seem to find it. And maybe it's because you're looking too hard. In the future here, the future is actually really solid. I think you're building. This is helping to reveal something that's very, very solid within you. Look at that. You have the Knight of Cups. I think this is like what's happening here is you know, the bait and switch, you know, the pitch and switch sort of thing that happens, or you know, that's you're proposing something else. It's this situation that is not this situation that has been causing you maybe stress and strain and maybe even pain and stuff like that. you know, you're coming up with something, another way of doing things, another way of doing something. It's like an alternative. It's like sort of kind of going, come on then, you know, take it or leave it sort of scenario. How should you engage in that? I think you should play into that, build on this idea of sort of like, you know, this is what was on offer, then this is what we should be, you know, should be living. Yeah, look at that. It's like the king, you get the King of Wands. It says you, very much a you card, and being very determined about it. I think what's happening here is you're revealing in your relationships that are around you some flaws within those relationships, and that's helping you to see things a lot clearer. I think generally it's going to make you a lot happier in the future once you get this side of things sorting out, and it may need calling other people out and standing your ground. Let's see what's going on the financial sort of side. Karmic path seems to be really important. There seems to be decisions that you need to take this week about your future. It could be about taking a new job, starting a business, moving, doing a project. You know, there seems to be a decision that's coming up on the thing, and it's to do with that. Could this have something to do with that bait and switch, you know, sort of like pitch and switch sort of thing scenario? Could that have something to do with that? It's possible, but I think it's on your karmic path to actually realise that maybe, you know, that relationship, you know, needs some restructuring, and you seem to be offering this restructuring. And that can help you to fall back in love with what you do in the way of a job or a business or a project. So then you are getting back in line with the enthusiasm to do whatever it is. There seems to be a lot coming in from the outside world because you're making a stance maybe. Yeah, I think the world is becoming curious about you. It's almost as if like you've got something in your hand. You're kind of going, you know, do you want to see this? Do you want to see this? Do you want to see this? And you know, it's you're encouraging people to come into your world to create success. And I think this is where you're making, you know, you've got to make curiosity about your business or your projects or what you're doing, and in that way you've got to engage in the world that is around you in order for that to happen. Let's just see what's going on in the past. The past is all about the Lovers card. It's falling in love, and you get the Devil card. The Devil can offer a lot of things. It can also offer a lot of understanding. You know, the Devil is there to sort of tempt you off your pathway. And I think maybe this is what has been happening within a relationship, or something that's made you take an eye off your goals and ambitions of what you want to be doing in the way of career and stuff like that. I think that's the past. I think you're coming to terms with all of that. And because you're coming to terms, you're making a stance, and that's bringing fresh interest into your career path or your business or your projects or whatever you're looking at doing. And in your future here, it's certainly how you act, engage in the world. That's what it seems like. Now, what's the way? I'm going to pull this card first, actually. What's the way in which you engage in life? You get the Seven of Wands. Now, look at these two here. They're both very much sort of holding their own. And, you know, this one here is holding this purse here. And this one here is she's really getting that solar plexus going, which we talked about on the energy update and on the messages from energies. And you've got to be a little bit careful of that. Don't let it overflow too much, because you'll end up doing too much and not doing anything. Let's just see what the future's holding for you. The future's sort of saying, if you are determined enough about your path of what you want in the way of career path, you will get it, but you've got to be focused. You get the Eight of Wands. That, the way attitude in the Seven of Wands leading to the Eight of Wands, it gives you a focal point, the Eight of Wands. There's a lot of communication. There could be a communication with yourself. There's a lot of clarity that's coming in there as well. It's like very fast energy. It's like a lot of intuition, a lot of ideas, a lot of discussions going on, but there's whatever it is, you've got a lot of things flowing in your favor. It's just a case of you taking a stance more than anything else. Let's just see what the elements are like in your flower, shall we? Let's just have a look at that. Pull that out there like that. Just so that sort of comes across. Here we go. Just pull up your elements. This is the Astroflower for Sagittarius, and you have that fire and air scenario going on at your base. That's the general energy of you, as it were, the essence of you. And you do have a lot of air and water, which sometimes can create a little bit of doubt within you and stuff like that, because you may see things in a particular way. The only sort of air and earth energies we get going on is on this connection on the outside world. Apparently it's going to be a celebration. It's in this connection here on the outside world, and this is where you've got to be a little bit flexible in a certain sense of allowing people in, but you've got to make decisions quite quickly with that four of Pentacles there. What you allow to actually take place within your life, what you allow in the way of opportunities to develop within your world, because you don't want to try and do everything, because that may sort of like take you off the pathway. But we do get this directional energy going on here out into your future, into the Eight of Wands. And I think this is where there seems to be like a big idea that's coming in on this section here. So I want to pull some cards on that. And I do want to pull some cards on this air that's going up through you in this section here, more than anything. But we do have this earth that comes in from Capricorn, which brings you in that sort of confirmation or that direction, that physical direction. So we're going to pull some cards on this section here, and just see what's going on in the past and the future in regards to the relationships, and see how the energies are really helping you out in that respect. Let's just pull the cards back up, and let's just see what's going on for you. I'm traveling at the moment, and it's interesting to reset up studios in places that I don't know. So yes, let's just see what's going on for you at the moment. We got the Devil card, and it's all between the triangle. It's not a triangle, it's more sort of a square. So it's between the Devil, the Lovers, the Four of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. Happiness after difficulty. Now, I think that's what the energy wants for you. Certainly if you take a stance, and if you stand within your power in regards to your financial side, I think here is going to sort of like, I'm going to do this on my terms. And yeah, it's an Ace of Pentacles. I do think you've got a great opportunity here to reset the clock, as it were, and get rid of those woes and worries within your life with the Nine of Swords. And it's going to build some absolutely beautiful stuff. But you get the High Priestess as well, using your intuition. And this is where I think this is where you, within your mind's eye, you're going to see what you want in the way of a job, business or project, and you've just got to go steaming after it. Let's just see what's going on with this direction between these two cards here, which you get the Knight of Cups and the King of Wands. That's where you get the cardinal energy coming in from Capricorn. Yeah, there's a decision that needs to be made. And I think there's a decision about, certain relationships that, did the bait and switch, as it were. Yeah, it's all about the Lovers card as well. As I said, I think this may have affected your entire life. And then you get the Hierophant, High Priestess and the Hierophant. There is a beautiful possibility to redo the foundation of this relationship, and it will turn it into something amazing. If the person on the other side is willing to talk about this. Let's just see what's going on here. You get the Ace of Cups that comes in around the Moon card, so that could well be the surprise here. That could well be the surprise. And you get the Queen of Wands. Maybe someone's coming in with an offering in the way that sort of like makes you feel a lot more secure and says goodbye to woes and worries. And you get the Nine of Pentacles as well that's coming in from the energies. I think the energies are trying to reinitiate your love or your heart's desire, maybe with someone or with a new person, because someone has not been very good with you or good for you. and that relationship's come to an end, and it's now time to move on to something completely different, maybe. So, it will depend upon what you are living as an individual. So, yes, there you go. Thanking you very much for being here with us. Don't forget about the energy update and the messages for the energy as well. I will see you soon. Thank you for all the support you give to us through the YouTube system. It's very much appreciated. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.